today we have a very, very interesting book, The Myth of Sisyphus, and this is a tremendous book. I really wasn't familiar with Albert Camus, I think that's how you say it, but I wasn't familiar with him or the philosophy of absurdism, and it was really a nice surprise because I had just read Nietzsche. I had really just, got an introduction to Nietzsche through Beyond Good and Evil, and I don't know, I didn't really like it. I truthfully didn't really find much value in it. It was interesting to see the critique of everything, but I was asking, what do you do with this? Where do you take this? This just seems like defeatism. It just feels like nihilism, like existentialism just taken in the wrong way. And while I do agree with some of Nietzsche's points, I do agree with some of the deconstruction of Western morality. I don't necessarily enjoy that it's just nothing after it. And I think the myth of Sisyphus really exemplifies the solution, because this book is all about the absurd. It's about the more we try to learn, the less we can actually understand. Like the more we learn about the world, the more we learn in terms of science and physics, like the more mysteries are discovered, and you can never truly understand all that there is to the world. And it almost makes you laugh. It almost makes you smile. It almost makes you go like, this is what makes life so beautiful. And we all are kind of running from the reality that the world is just chaos, that the world is just, it's so vast and so complex that we can never begin to fathom the depths of it. And we have to find solace in the fact, and the entire metaphor of the book is that Sisyphus is pushing the rock up the hill, and as it's rolling down, he's smiling. He finds joy in the little things. He finds joy in living. He finds joy in his horrendous punishment of his life. And if you don't know the myth of Sisyphus, like, not the book, the myth itself is that Sisyphus basically went against the gods. He was in hell, and he's like, you know what, I need to chastise my wife. And he goes back up and he stays there. And in result, he gets punished, and he has to push a rock up the hill, let it fall back down. He has to do this every single day. And that's what Camus says life is for us. He says that we're constantly faced with the monotony of life. We wake up, we brush our teeth, we go to work. We do all the things we do every single day, and yet so many of us are looking for something deeper. But that's the depth of it. The depth of it is to find the joy, find the purpose, find the good moments in each and every day. Like, it's really easy to look for something more, but the answer is always right in front of you. Like, if you look at any great story, it's always the lesson of, I have to appreciate the things around me. Look at The Alchemist. The entire point of The Alchemist, sorry if I'm spoiling it, but the point is, it's not the material possessions, but it's the change in his perception. It's the change in his mindset that makes the biggest difference in his life. And it's really a tremendous book from this perspective alone, because we all take existentialism, we all take nihilism, we all take the atheist worldview and the hopeless perspective. And I mean, especially today, like the election's in a week and everyone's just all doom and gloom, and it's like, we have to find joy in this. We have to find joy in the hypocrisy of life, in how life makes sense but doesn't at the same time. And I think we need to start accepting that the more we try to learn, the less we know. And the more we convince ourselves that we know, it's truly, locking ourselves into a set perspective. But you need to just go with the flow sometimes. You need to just enjoy life. You need to just understand that no matter what you do, it will never be enough. No matter what accomplishment you have, it will eventually be wiped away. And we kind of just have to laugh at this, because everyone takes themselves so serious. Everyone's so afraid of going out there and doing what they actually want to do. But the truth of it is, like, one day everyone that is holding you back will be gone. And are you willing to take the risk that you didn't chase your goals because you were afraid of what some people that you didn't like would say about you? And it's like, your legacy will one day be dust. Michael Jordan will not be remembered. Kobe Bryant will not be remembered. Donald Trump will not be remembered. Joe Biden will not be remembered. Like, in a few thousand years, in a few million years, everything you know, everyone you've cared about will be forgotten and will be dust. And we need to just smile in the face of this, because like it really puts things into perspective. It's like the Stoic philosophy of, nothing matters in the end of it, because everything eventually dies, everything eventually fades, and this is what gives purpose. This is what gives meaning. If there was no end to life, then there would be no urgency. If there was no end to existence, if we weren't forced to, count our days and know that eventually it will end, we would just go through life willy-nilly. We would never tell the people around us that we love them. We will never tell the individuals in our lives how much they mean to us. And I don't know, this book was very, very interesting. I was very surprised. And when I first started reading it, I hear it citing Nietzsche, or I hear it citing Schopenhauer, I see it citing Kant, and I haven't even read all of these people, but I was like, oh, just another bullshit philosophy book. But I really have to tell you that I was very much surprised, and the messaging of this is overall positive, which is something I always embrace. Like, I don't care what your perspective is, but if you take negativity, if you take a negative mindset, you will never get anywhere. But if you just smile in spite of the fact of nothing making sense, like, I think that's honestly the best way to approach life, because life is a never-ending challenge. It's a never-ending battle. We're always going to be faced with changes. Once we start to get comfortable, things kind of just seem to fall through the cracks, and then they become uncomfortable again. And it's like we're always trying to cling to the current circumstances. We're always trying to cling to what we know, and the more we try to cling to it, the more like it seems like it just dissipates. And it's accepting these changes. It's accepting the never-ending struggle of life that really makes it meaningful, because I mean, if everything was the same, you'd get bored. If everything was the same, you would never learn. And it's through life that we really experience the ups and downs. And I'll bring it back to the prophet real quick, but every sorrow deepens your joy. Like, the same thing that causes you sorrow is the same thing that brings you joy. So, yeah, remember to pick up this book. Great book. I have a Discord as well if you want to get more book suggestions. My book list is in there now. That's starting to become more active. It's a really fun place for me to hang out and, just send random things or send good ideas I've had. And on top of that, I have a paid community. But the thing I want to talk about more right now is I just got a really good idea. Well, I didn't have a really good idea. I'm stealing it from someone, but they commented, they're like, yo, Bino, you should do a video of all of the books you suggested and make it a tier list. So that should be coming out in the next few days. I'm not sure when this video is going to come out, but you're either going to already have seen it or you're going to be excited for it, because I cannot wait to film this. I cannot wait to do this. And all I really need to do is figure out how to set it up, do it on my laptop, and integrate it in a way that I can record, and it's just going to get done. But I've been lazy. I've been reading this book. I've been reading other things. So when I get around to it, I will, knock that out. That should be up very soon. But yeah, love all you guys. Cannot wait for you guys to see this. And I'm just ecstatic for the things that are going to happen on the channel. And I can't thank each and every one of you enough for just supporting me through this, because it's like growing pains. Like, it's a work in process. Like, I feel like the videos are continuing to get better. I feel like they are continuing to go up in quality. And for anyone that's been around for a while, like, you notice it. But like, I almost feel ashamed for some of the videos that I've done. Not for the sense that like I've said anything crazy, but like, had I done them now, had I filmed them today, I could have done so much better. So like, thank you guys for, sticking with me and seeing the improvement each and every day. And it's a really cool thing to say that like there's a few thousand people that tune into my channel every single day, every single month, every single time I post a video. And yeah, so much more to come. I love all you guys, and yeah, peace out. I'll see you in the next one.